Hi guys, it's Amanda. What's up? I cannot believe I'm sat here about to talk to you about fall trends. Like, it's already October. I was journaling this morning and wrote out the month October and actually audibly gasped because I feel like I've been so fall focused, but I haven't actually taken in what month it is. Like, it's October. Everything on this list I'm obsessed with, and I've also been very proactive about buying into, and I feel like I have a lot of the pieces in my wardrobe currently, which is so amazing because I feel like there's nothing better than starting the season with the pieces. Like, once you're already in fall pushing winter, does it make sense to buy a trench coat? Probably not. Let's just get into it because I have so much to talk to you guys about. I would love to start with outerwear because I feel like this is the category that is the newest to us and the most fun. It's so funny, like when the winter's over, there's nothing better than taking off your jacket and putting it in your closet for good. But now that it's just starting to get cold, I love choosing out what jacket I'm gonna wear, and I'm so happy with the collection that I have been building. Although, number one thing on my list that I have not gotten yet is a bomber jacket. This was also on my list last year, although the bomber I'm looking for has subtly changed. Last year I was so set on having a bomber that didn't have the elastic collar. A lot of the time the elastic collar gets so pilly and just doesn't really look that great. Like, they look so cheap. But now the main thing I care about is just having an extremely oversized slouchy bomber that is not cropped. One thing about me is all of my fall jackets are cropped, and it's not because I'm intending on buying crop jackets. They just all seem to have a subtle crop. Also, bombers are so practical for fall because it's honestly cold and a lot of the lightweight trench coats are not going to keep you warm. So I'm looking for a down-filled bomber, please. I would love it in an army green color as well. I'm trying to stay away from black, gray. Like, it's just so boring, and I feel like, especially being here in Copenhagen, if you can't tell, I'm loving color. Number two is a plaid jacket, which I actually have already brought into my wardrobe. If you watched my outfits of the week video that I just posted, you would have seen I received the most stunning plaid jacket from Cezanne. I think full plaid items, like a full plaid jacket, plaid pants, are just so chic. And the jacket that I got is very colorful. It actually has a similar tone to this sweater, and it's just such a statement jacket that I feel like will just elevate, not even elevate every outfit, make every outfit. Like, I could wear a dark denim, white tank top, and that jacket and just look so put together. Kind of going on with the plaid is a ringleader jacket. You can get these in a plaid, but you can also get them in a solid color. I just think that they're such a fun jacket, and I love how excessive they are with all the buttons. If you've seen like a proper one in person, it's honestly like, it'll take you by surprise because of how much is going on the front. It's also the perfect going out jacket because they're definitely not too heavy, and you could get away with just like not taking it off and wearing it as your shirt. So love, like love. A fur jacket is obvious, but I cannot stress how much I need a fur jacket this fall season. Specifically a really shaggy fur that's like perfect hip length, massive. This has the same energy as the really slouchy bomber. Like, it's giving, I do not care. Like, I will wear whatever and just throw over this fur jacket, and it's the most chic thing ever. This I 100% would buy secondhand. I have been looking on Vinted and also Vestiaire Collective, but I haven't found the perfect one yet. I also would love to buy it in person. I'm just not a huge online shopper. Like, I do love scrolling on my Vinted and whatever, but do I actually buy anything? And it's because I like am so specific about the items I bring into my wardrobe. Like, if it is not a 10 to 10, I'm honestly not buying it. And with online shopping, it's really hard to guarantee that because obviously you're not trying it on. So as much as I've been looking on Vinted for my perfect fur coat, I feel like it's gonna be something I buy in person. Last jacket I wanna mention is a long trench coat. I have not found one of these yet. It also depends whether or not you're tall, because I feel like every trench coat I have tried on hits me at my knees or right below my knees, and I just want it to touch the floor. Like, I want such a long trench coat. And I feel like that's the whole point of a trench. Like, you can hide your full outfit and just go to the grocery store in a sweatsuit, you know? And I would love a Burberry trench just to have that like plaid lining as you walk, because you actually do see the lining a lot wearing a trench coat, especially if it's super long. And also a trench coat in Copenhagen is very necessary, so it's actually something I need. But honestly, I could not rank these jackets in order. Like, I want all of these jackets. And I've also been posting a lot of my stuff on Vinted because I'm definitely trying to like swap out a piece for a piece because I don't really have the room here. And also I like to keep my wardrobe as concise as possible. I feel like after I moved to Copenhagen and realized how great it is to have like a small wardrobe of things you actually wear, I'm not trying to just bring in excess things that I'm not gonna wear. The next pieces I wanna talk to you guys about and show you are all from Thredup, and I could not be more excited. As you know, I do not have access to the same thrift stores I did when I lived in Toronto, which honestly like makes me go through a little existential crisis at the start of every season because I don't know how to start my wardrobe. Like, thrifting is how I shop, and it's just not the same here in Denmark. So I feel like through this Thredup order, I have been able to bring my fall wardrobe to life and select everything that has been like at the top of my wish list. So I just want to say thank you to Thredup for sponsoring this video. Thredup is genuinely my favorite platform to online shop, and the main reason is because they have an image search feature. So I literally just screenshot my Pinterest board into Thredup, and I have found everything I've been looking for. I feel like I need to start with the sweater that I'm wearing, which is from J. Crew originally, this cashmere beautiful cardigan. This season, I've been looking for extremely bold colors. This color specifically, which is kind of like a fuchsia purple pink tone, I actually can't. This is the perfect sweater. This sweater retails for $300 and I got it for $46 on Thredup, which is so amazing for any cashmere item. I also picked up this hot pink V-neck sweater originally from Gap. This retails for $60, but I got it for $15 on Thredup. And as you guys can tell, I'm so into the bright colored knits. And I feel like if you're someone who kind of wants to explore with brighter colors, knitwear is the perfect way to do it because the material doesn't allow the color to be that vibrant. Like, you kind of have a toned down version of a neon or any like fluorescent color, and it's super wearable. I just love these deep tones with dark denim. Like, that is going to be my fall uniform. Since receiving this order, I have already worn this sweater, I want to say 3 times. And because it has such a deep V, you can also wear it off the shoulder and it's super slouchy. So I really recommend honestly checking out Gap and J. Crew if you're looking for knits because you can get them at such an affordable price and the color range is obviously incredible. Also, on the topic of neon, because that's obviously a trend this fall, I picked up this Armani jeans little t-shirt. I'm just so obsessed with all the details. I love when buttons are an exact match to the fabric. I think it's so chic, and it has a little embroidery above the pocket, also in the exact same shade of green. And honestly, I just don't really have that many t-shirts in my wardrobe, and this is such an easy thing to throw on and also layer with. I feel like this fall I'm kind of trying to challenge myself from just layering with like a basic white t-shirt or black t-shirt, and instead do a t-shirt like this under my gray sweater or my cream sweater, just to like give a little bit more. I think it's so fun that everybody is so into these bright colors and that we're also bringing it into fall and winter, because I feel like that's when you actually need the bright colors. Like, that's when this is really gonna affect your mood. And this t-shirt retails for $40, but I got it for $15 on Thredup. I feel like we need to take a second before I show you this bag that I got. Excuse me. Like, what? I knew going into this Thredup order that I wanted to get a handbag, and I managed to find the perfect handbag. This handbag retails for $230 and I got it for $79 on Thredup. Obviously, camo is a huge trend this fall. I will talk about that a bit later, but like camo in grayscale, are you kidding me? Sadly, I could not get all of my favorites on Thredup, so I will leave a link with all of my favorites for you guys to shop, and you can use my code Amanda50 for 50% off your first order as well as free shipping. Thank you so much to Thredup for sponsoring this video. Let's move on to the shoes category, because I actually just purchased one of my dream pairs of shoes this morning, and these shoes have been on my wish list for 5 years. They are the Sunburst Uggs. I'm not kidding. Like, I've wanted these for so long. I've changed which color I wanted. Now UGG doesn't even sell them anymore. So I found them on Vinted last night for 400 Danish kroner, which is 100 Canadian dollars, which is actually crazy, and they're brand new. I don't think I've ever been so excited for a package to arrive. Like, I can't. Also, there's literally nothing better than new Uggs. But with that being said, Uggs in general, specifically the tall Uggs, I love. It's so funny, I feel like every year, like the height that I want my Ugg just grows and grows. Also, honorable mention to Mal boots. Those are also so cute and a little bit more unique than an Ugg. I ordered those last fall and actually had to sell them because they were too wide for my feet. I also wanted to mention the knit Uggs. I kind of can't believe I'm saying this because I've never liked these, but I can't help but want to wear, like, I'm just having this come to me right now, the really tall gray knit Uggs, super like slouched down, almost with black leggings and like a bomber girl. Those are on my Vinted wish list, but I just bought a pair of Uggs, so I'm not like, I'm gonna chill. I have a very specific item on here, and it's oxblood loafer mules. I love loafers. I love the really thin soled moccasin loafers specifically, but I don't know, in my experience, loafers are just so uncomfortable and I get the worst blisters on the back of my heel. So I'm like, you know what would solve this problem is a mule loafer, and specifically an oxblood mule loafer. And then obviously ballet flats in any color, any pattern. I did order these cheetah flats on Thredup, and sadly they don't fit me, which is actually heartbreaking because they're in new condition. And I love that they're cheetah with the like pony hair. Flats are such an easy way to bring a pop of color or pattern to your outfit. I also wrote Tory Burch flats. This isn't something I would buy into. I just love seeing someone that has a beautiful tattoo on their foot with a Tory Burch flat. Like, there's something about how gaudy the metal Tory Burch logo is with like a beautiful tattoo. I feel like there's a lot of trends this fall that are really obvious reoccurring trends, but are just so big this season. And one of those is polos. Like, they were big through the summer, but coming into the fall, I've just been seeing so many polos. The Ralph Lauren ones with the huge logo are everything. I feel like, again, such a fun way to bring a bright color into your outfit. Along the same lines, Henley tops, specifically Henleys that have a collar. I feel like this is a very thriftable trend. I feel like so many of the things I'm into this fall are so thriftable, and I'm like, if only I could go to Value Village, like I could get all of this in one thrift trip. I have camo t-shirt on the list. This is so funny because when I was like 15 in high school, I remember specifically thrifting or going to army surplus stores for camo t-shirts, and never did I think that I would be revisiting camo, and like so much. I love camo now, and I just wish I still had some of my camo t-shirts, but I would love a more muted one. I feel like when it comes to camo, I'm not revisiting it in the army surplus, like vibrant camo pants that we all had. And then also with the vintage camo t-shirts, they're a little bit pilly and worn, which I feel like just adds to the look, and I'm so into it. Camo t-shirt, dark denim, black ballet flats, like period. Fur coat, it's so easy. Okay, this is so funny and maybe just a trend unique to me, but I wrote Supreme. I was in the Supreme store when I visited London, and I saw this red beanie that had the red box logo, and I think it's just the color coordination in me that loves when something is like an exact color on an exact color. Having a red hat with a red logo and the fact that it's like the OG Supreme box logo is just hilarious to me. But I just love classic Supreme, like hype beast stuff. Along the same lines, a Supreme camo hoodie I would love. Like, that I actually would love to buy. Okay, for bags, like, not me starting off with the Balenciaga rodeo bag, but I love this bag, and I feel like it's so rare that I see a bag silhouette that is also so new, and it's just like, wow, I want that bag. I saw the hot pink Balenciaga rodeo in store, and I'm like, that is actually like breathtakingly beautiful. And then I have statement bag, obviously, as I showed you, the camo bag. But honestly, any like super bold color bag, I feel like through the fall, we're wearing so many, you know, tan colors, trench coats, and then having a super vibrant bag next to that is just amazing. Also, it's just fun. Like, I feel like I'm in an era of just wanting to have so much fun with what I'm wearing and feel good in my outfit. I want my outfit to make me happy, you know what I mean? And this camo bag with silver detailing is doing that, so thank you so much. For accessories, I have this image like burned into my brain, and it's a Burberry scarf. I do have one. Like, this isn't even for me, but when I saw this on Pinterest, I was like, oh my God, like save, save, save. And I think it's just the bomber with the scarf and like just the whole vibe of the photo. I love it. Sometimes that just happens when you're on Pinterest, like for whatever reason, something just resonates with you so much. Speaking of plaid, because you know I have these incredible leather gloves. Like I cannot believe I own these. I got these when I was in London from the Highland store. I bought these in August, and at that point I couldn't even fathom it being cold enough to wear these. But these are Harris tweed leather gloves, and like I've genuinely never been more obsessed with a pair of gloves. Obviously leather gloves for fall are a must, especially for me since I'm biking everywhere. I actually need gloves. So when I saw these, I needed to get them. I've also wanted something from Harris tweed for so long, and these just felt like the perfect item. I have so many cream jackets that I feel like these will just pair so well with. And this blue color, I feel like I'm getting too excited for winter, and I'm about to say fur trapper hat. Like I also got this on Thredup, so let me just show it to you. I haven't tried it on yet. I really hope it fits. But this is a black hat with cheetah lining. Like, are you joking? And the brand of this is Scala, but it looks like a really high quality hat. Like it says handmade since 1921. Let me see if it fits. Honestly, it better fit. It fits perfectly. Oh my God. And the thing is, I actually need this hat. Like I need, not me being like fall trends and putting on this winter hat, but are you kidding me? Like, I don't even care. I'm gonna be biking in this and it's gonna keep me so warm. Last year in Copenhagen, like I don't know how I came here with no winter accessories and was freezing every day. Like that is not what I'm doing this year. I think I'm pulling this out this weekend to bike home, to be so for real. I also have brown belt on the list. I am in major need of some belts. All my belts are so out there, like full statement belts. And I just need like a classic dark, but like red toned belt. And then I would also love a nude, almost yellow belt, but like nude with a yellow undertone, if you know what I mean. So those are the two belts I'm looking for, and like a really thick silver buckle. And then I have a note that says lots of necklaces layered, and I think I just mean one, statement necklaces, just like if it's a pearl necklace wrapped around like 20 times, massive pearls, or just a bunch of silver necklaces layered. I just love a necklace. And honestly, I'm not the best at switching out my jewelry. Like I kind of wear the same jewelry every day, which is so boring. So this is a note from me, girl, like lots of necklaces. Lastly, I have some pants I want to talk about. I already mentioned dark denim, but like dark denim for me, again, always a trend every fall, but this year it's like the only wash of denim I want to wear. And I think it's because I'm so into these bold colors, and I just feel like they work so well with dark denim. I've been looking for the perfect corduroy pants for years, and I was so close last weekend when I was thrifting. I found these beautiful Calvin Klein corduroy pants, low rise. The tag was like, you know, the same brown as the corduroy Calvin Klein, like sexy corduroy pants, but they were a size too small. So I left those behind. I didn't even write this, but wool pants, specifically like tartan wool pants, so practical for the fall because they're really warm and they're just like the most chic pants. Bonus points if they have like a thick cuff. I love. Lastly, I have scrunch sweatpants. Duh. Like the scrunch sweatpants with ballet flats are so perfect. With Uggs, they can like seamlessly tuck in. They're so practical for all the like tall boots we're wearing. But also I just love like the skinny scrunch sweatpant vibe, and how you can also turn them into a capri. They're so versatile to me, and I just really need a pair in my life. Those are all of my favorite fall trends as of now. I feel like I could do like 3 versions of this video, but this is like the most general, almost like my fall wish list for 2025. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and it gave you some inspo. Comment down below what trends you're loving for fall. And once again, if you guys want to shop my favorites on Thredup, I will leave a link below along with my code Amanda50 for 50% off your first order and free shipping. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video.